So for our first card with this online workshop, we're going to be using the Beautiful Balloons dies. We're actually using the Bright and Beautiful suite with the Beautiful Balloons stamp set, the dies, and also the Bright and Beautiful DSP. So we're just using a little bit of this to highlight our balloons. And I've used these dies from the Beautiful Balloons die set to cut out from Fresh Freesia, and this is our new one. I'm going to have to learn the names of these. This is the, let me double check it. So this is the bubble bath, that's it. And so I've used a Fresh Freesia card base, so this can sort of lead us into the new colour scheme quite nicely if you've got Fresh Freesia perhaps left over in your in colour stock. So I'm going to just stamp, I'm going to make this a congrats card. And the great thing about this stamp set is that you can go birthday, you can go congrats, or any other type of celebration really. But I'm going to go with making it a congrats card on this occasion. And I'm just going to stamp this. Let me move my insert out of the way. I'm going to stamp this down here. I'm planning to put my balloons around about here. So I'm wanting to stamp this just kind of down here like this. So let's do that. And of course I want my mat for this to go on because we're using photopolymer. So you just get a better impression by stamping on the photopolymer. So I'm just going to put that there to roughly figure out where I need to be. And I'm just, this is a new stamp and I should have prepared it, but let's hope that we get away with it. And I'm still not sure that I will. So there we go. And the great thing is you can stamp it at that more of an angle, so it doesn't matter whether it's straight or not. I'm now going to put my paper on. The reason I didn't put it on earlier is if I'd got that wrong, I can flip it over and do again, or I can turn it around and cover that up and do it again. So just a little tip there. And I am actually going to use my snail when I can find it. Let's see, sorry, seal. I keep calling it snail. That one's empty. Where's my, oh, here it is, right in front of me as always. So we're just going to adhere this on. You might prefer to use multi-purpose liquid glue because that would give you a chance to move this around a little bit to make sure that you get it at the edge. So I'm going to be careful about just laying this on and nudging it into place. And when I'm happy that that's at the edge, then I can press it down. And we'll pop this up on the card front, or actually adhere it direct to the card front. And if you wanted to, I'm just going to show something else that you might like to do. Because I'm using plain colours, you could use DSP for your balloons. Because I'm using plain colours, you could choose to add another sentiment. You could, I'm not going to myself, but you could stamp "Yay You" on the balloon as well. So lots of fun options with this. Now I'm going to adhere this tail to the bottom of the balloon, and I will use my multi-purpose liquid glue when I can get some down to the bottom. Let me get another glue. There we are, don't want too much. And I'm going to just adhere this behind like that. And now I'm going to use some dimensionals to pop this up. I'm just going to use a couple. You can actually, what I will do, no, I was going to use a bit down at the base, but there's a bit too much risk of it showing. And because this is a feathery tail, I don't want to try and put dimensionals behind it and have them show. So I'm going to pop that there, and then we're going to tuck under our bubble bath. I keep wanting to call it bubble gum. I'm going to tuck under one of our little bubble bath balloons there, and I'm going to put my dimensional right up there so that I can pop this over, just over the edge there. And that is our card. So insert, I'm going to stamp, and we've got so many sentiments, as I say, on this, and I'm going to go for the So Thrilled For You, because that goes nicely with that other one. So we'll just pick that up like that. Grab my mat back again. And put that like that. And then I'm just going to add this strip of matching DSP from the front. You could always jazz this up a bit more if you're an experienced crafter. You could add some bling to it, or even if you're not, if you want to add some gemstones and such like to your basket when you're buying your supplies, then it's easy to jazz it up with some gemstones, various ones. So, but I always like to make, I try to make my cards nice and easy. The next one is going to be a little bit more involved, but that's because we're using the acetate. So that is our first card for this online workshop. A great congrats card, but that could equally be a birthday card. And, you know, I've got to be careful about sort of saying too much about Disney, but you could arrange these balloons if you've got a Disney fan. Just being a bit careful about that, because it's a trademarked item. So okay, that's our first card.